What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy RickGamer27, and once again, I want to thank you for joining my channel. And today, I want to talk about what the fuck happens to this gaming industry. Reason why, because there's just so much shit that's been going on, as far as DLC practices, microtransactions, day one patches, day one DLC, lots of bullshit on this, on this locked content, We don't basically get content like after we beat the game like we used to. Now everything is DLC this, DLC that, and remaster this, remaster that, and over half these remasters are not even remasters. They are basically just ports. Maybe just put a little fresh paint on it, but it's not no true remaster. And I just feel that these developers had gone lazy. I don't know, I made a video about this a few months ago, and I don't know when I did it. I'm gonna have to go back and see which video it was, but I know that there is with the number of new IPs and the number of remasters and the sequels of Call of Duties and Battlefield, it's just to a point that if there is almost more remastered games than actual new games, then something ain't right here. It ain't right. Like I say, this shit is gone too far, and we as us gamers, we are to blame. We are to blame because we fall for the foolishness. We fall for this, so-called, business practices, this gaming industry put up on us, and we fell for it, buying all this unnecessary shit. This Game of the Year edition, they keep on re-releasing these games, re-releasing all these damn games. We keep falling for it, and they gonna keep on keeping on with the continuation of remastering these games. That keep re-releasing these games. That's what's going on. It's never ending trend in this industry. And with the gaming industry booming, they booming more than ever. They did not make this kind of money 20 years ago. They did not make this kind of money 10 years ago. No, they are booming more than ever, and it's going to get worse. And we, as us gamers, are the blame for this shit. And like the games that we played back in the day, 15, 20 years ago, from the third to fourth generation, from the Sega, the Super Nintendo, from the N64, PlayStation, the Saturn, those two generations, in my opinion, is the best. It's the best of all time. Reason why? Because they had tons and tons of games, tons of third-party games, tons of exclusives, first-party, second-party exclusives on their perspective systems. Both all those systems they had, well, except the Saturn, they didn't really have much third-party support, but they still had a good fair share of games, more than the Wii U, I'll tell you that. But around those days, they had so many great games, so many different games, no remastered games at all, no remasters, no day one on this lock, no DLC, none of that shit wasn't there back then. No, it was not there. Lots of new games, and it was worth buying multiple consoles, because each console had a fair share of exclusives that you can enjoy. That's basically what I'm coming from, and the shit that we get these days, it's the same shit. The Xbox One, PS4, majority of the games are the same. So they don't really give us a reason to buy both consoles, unless you want to get those little handful of exclusives. There is not many. There is not many like it used to be. Go on for instance, go let's go to the N64, versus the PlayStation. Yes, we already know the PlayStation it kicked ass, but the N64, it held its own. They had a lot of great exclusives. They, the third-party support wasn't there like it was on Super Nintendo, because Nintendo, they wanted to stay with the traditional cartridges, knowing that it costs more money to develop games for. So since a lot of third-party developers starting to jump ship on Nintendo, they still had good third-party support, because Nintendo had, they basically dished some money out for them to make a whole bunch of third-party exclusives to their system that made the N64 stand out. The N64 was a great console, a really great console, even though they didn't have, as many games as the PlayStation, but both systems was fucking awesome. Just being real. You got with the PS1, like you got with the Crash Bandicoots, the Sparta Dragon, Crash Bandicoot Racing. They had great games. The Resident Evil 1 through 3, man. Siphon Filter, Parappa the Rapper, Driver 1 and 2. All these different games, these great games that I used to enjoy when I was a kid. Dino Crisis 1 and 2. All these Final Fantasy games that they had in their system. Diablo, Mega Man. Like, where are these games at now? They had Medieval. Where are these games at? It's the same old trend. The same old shit. They had Doom. They had Tomb Raider. They had Road Rash. They had Rayman. They had Bloody War. Lots of games. And these games are different. Not re-releasing. So, like I say, the main reason why we keep getting freaking screwed out of our money is because it's our fault for spending our money on bullshit. We keep spending money on bullshit. They're going to continuously and give us more bullshit. That's how this generation has been. It's been fucking bullshit. Don't get me wrong. There are some good games that I do enjoy, but if you want to compare this generation versus the 90s, I'll take the 90s. I take the 90s any day, because if you want to go by that time and go by this time, I had more fun playing video games when I was like a teenager. I was like 9 or 10 years old. Playing the Sega Genesis when I was a teenager, playing these the PlayStation and the N64. Those were the days. I was freaking happy playing those games. The Dreamcast was an awesome system. Had a lot of fair share of exclusives, a lot of fair share of different variety, different genre of games. Now the games we get these days, majority shooter games. We don't get that variety no more. We don't get as many survival horrors. You don't get many, skating games no more. Skating games are awesome. I really love Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I'm glad that they are bringing it back, but it's been far too damn long, because this industry is concentrating on nothing but shooters. I like shooter games, but I like survival horror games. I like a lot of genres, and that's what this generation is missing. It's missing a bunch of genres, and like I say, what's making it worse is the bad business practices that majority of these gamers fall for, and by them falling for it, that's why we continuously in getting all these damn remasters. If you want, if you old school gamer like me, about 20, 25 years ago, you will understand where I'm coming from, because the games that we enjoyed back then is not the same the games that we enjoy in these days. Because like I say, I would take the games 20 years ago from the modern day games, because it was much more funner. I'm just being 100% real with y'all. But with the remasters, it's getting out of hand, and that's the main reason why these developers keep on shoving all these damn remasters, because they feel that they can get this quick cash, and that's what they're doing. With the remasters, with these Kickstarter scams, like with the Project Cars situation, a lot of Wii U owners got scammed with the Mighty Number 9. Lot of freaking Mighty Number 9 fans got scammed. Like, I don't really too much care about this Kickstarter shit, and I already know that Shenmue 3 supposed to be coming out. I don't know. You never know what's gonna happen. What happens if that game gets canceled? They done already raised over $5 million. That means a lot of people got screwed out of their money. Like, it's just so hard to trust this gaming industry these days that I just don't support that shit. I don't put my money into this shit. I rarely buy DLC. It has to be a really great game that I really enjoy for me to buy DLC. I sure as hell don't buy season passes. I'm really cheap and picky of what I buy and spend my money on, because I'm not that sucker. I'm not that fool that's gonna fall for this bullshit that a lot of y'all gamers that's doing right now, spending over $200 for one fucking game. $200, a collector's edition. You get a toy and all this other shit. No, I could freak. You know, I could do a fucking $200. Not buy no damn video games. That's why we are getting shit these days, because no, that's why I said that's why we're getting shit these days, because we continuously and keep giving these developers our money, and we are not receiving great content like we're supposed to be receiving. We're not getting in return of what we paid for, basically what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I done went on and on about this situation. I just feel that I just had to bring this up because I was in Old Dirty's podcast and this topic got brought up, and it was a good topic. You know, it was a little debate and all that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that podcast in the link in the description below. It was a good podcast. We had our differences, we debate and everything. That's what I like about having a podcast with Old Dirty, Dave, you know, from Dave's Had Enough. Even Wolf Flow showed up. Levon Kaysen, he showed up. You know, we all talk. And let's not forget King Rapace. That's why I like, you know, talking with these guys, because we don't always agree. And that what makes us gamers. That what makes us, you know, learn more, because, we don't always agree, but we always listen. We throw everything out on the table and we listen, and we not gonna be one side. We all sides, so we could try to figure out, and try to get down to the bottom of it and dissect this situation and see, and see how can we evolve as gamers. How can we, do better with our money, whenever these games come out. Should we support these developers or should we not? Or should we invest our money on something else? So, we talk about stuff like that, and that's why I like talking with these guys, because we always talk about that real shit. We don't talk about that fanboy shit. We all just agree with everything that each one of us talk about. We don't always agree. We agree sometimes, but a lot of times we don't agree, and we listen. And like I said, I'm gonna leave that podcast and just link in the description below. If you want to check it out, shout outs to Old Dirty, Dirty 33. Good guy, great channel. Y'all should sub to him, check him out. But anyway, guys, I just want to just give y'all my thoughts and opinions on how I feel about this gaming industry, because it's not the same. I'm down there 30 years old, and I know my video games when especially in the 90s. In the 90s, that's one of the best times ever as far as video games, because it was so much fun, and that's something I ain't gonna never forget. Lots of fun, and I felt that we wasn't getting cheated out of our money, because whenever we beat the game, we always get skins, costumes, new modes and stuff. It's in the game. We didn't have to pay for it. It was already there. Sometimes you could buy cheap cheat codes and stuff, and it's already there. There were no DLC back then, and that's why I'm so disappointed with this gaming industry these days, because everything is microtransactions, man, and everybody keep just getting suckered, and it's pathetic. But anyway, I done went on and on about this. Y'all just let me know how y'all feel about today's gaming industry. If you're an old school gamer like me, gaming back in the 90s or even 80s, me, I'm a 90s guy. I started my first video game I played was Sonic the Hedgehog back in 91. That was my first video game. So I know some of y'all, older than me, I might have played the Atari. Y'all might have, played the Sega Master. I did play the Sega Master. I did play that, but I didn't play the Atari. I didn't play the games back in the 70s. It was another game system from Activision. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, I didn't go that far. But I played the NES, the Sega Master, and of course the Genesis and Super Nintendo. But if you, like I say, if you're old school gamers, are y'all disappointed in what do y'all see these days compared to back in the day? If y'all are, or if you're not, y'all just let me know how y'all feel about this in this comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share my video. And once again, this is your boy Rick Gaming 27, and y'all have a good day.